Hello everyone, good morning. Today is Friday, the end of week 5, second marking period. Make sure you put it just like that. Anyway, all your homework for the week is due today, but you have till Sunday. Remember, it's 25 points. Make sure you turn it in. You can finish it up tomorrow if you need to. Well, let's take a look here. It says add and subtract. Well, if you add it, that's easy. You don't need to change anything. So this is going to be a negative 2x squared. This is going to be a plus 2x and a plus 1. But on the second one, where you have to subtract, you have to put parentheses and a minus. So a negative times a negative is going to make this a positive. Going to make that a positive, and it's going to make this a negative. Negative times a positive is a negative. Now, once you do that, then you can finish it up. So this one is going to be 8x squared. This is going to be plus 6x, and this is going to be minus 13, and you're done. Make sure you distribute, and when you do it this way, scratch it out and put the new sign. Okay, I don't want to see you where it's a negative and you change it to a positive. I don't want that. If it's a negative and you want to change it to a positive, I want you to scratch it out and put a plus. Anyway, this one says subtract this from this. So you take the second part minus the first part. Okay? So what you're going to end up with is a plus and a plus. So this and this is going to give you 12x squared, and then this and this is going to give you a negative 8. Make sure you understand that. You're subtracting this one from that one. It's kind of weird, but that's the way it is. Copy these down. All right, let's work it. Here we go. We're going to introduce FOIL, which you should already know. So look here. A negative 2 times 5 is going to be a negative 10. A squared and a to the first power is going to be a to the third power. You have to add up your exponents, and this is b to the fifth power. Add them up. 2 plus 3. The next one is the same way. You're just going to distribute a bunch of times and get an answer. I do the signs first. A negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 5 is 10. X squared times x1 is x3. And the y goes along for the ride. Negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 2 is 4. X squared comes down for the ride, and y times y, you add up 1 plus 1 and get y squared. Finally, negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth when you add them up, and y1 and y1 is y2, and that's how you do it. Let's go on. FOIL. Now, FOIL is nothing more, listen carefully, than taking the first term to both of these and then taking the second one to both of these. So let's do it. 3 times 2 is 6. X times x is x squared. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18, and the x comes along for the ride. Now you go to the second part. Positive times 2x is a plus 8x. Line it up, and then this times this is a negative 24. So you're going to get 6x squared minus 10x minus 24. Make sure you understand how to do FOIL. If you don't, raise your hand. Let's keep moving. This one right here is FOIL. You're going to write it twice. Just like if you have 5 squared, you go 5 times 5. Well, this one you're going to put a plus b twice. And then you're going to do FOIL. Okay? So a times a is a squared. A times b is ab. Positive times a positive is a positive. Same thing here. B times a is the same thing as ab. Put it in alphabetical order. B times b is b squared. This is 1 plus 1 gives you 2. So your final answer is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and you're done. And that's how you do that one. This one right here, you're going to do FOIL, and then when you're done, you're going to multiply by 5. Okay, so FOIL first, and when you get an answer, then you're going to multiply by 5. Okay? So FOIL, and then the last thing you do is distribute a 5. All right, here's your assignment for today. It's a very light assignment. I want you to finish any other work that you didn't finish. Okay, if you finish 1 through 16, which you should. And then I want you to take a note of this. No electronics. And I mean that. If I see you with your phone out, I don't care if it's the last minute of class, it's coming on my desk. And you're going to have to come back at the end of the day and get it. No games. Okay, put your phones away. All right, well, that's it for that. Now let's go on to geometry. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, geometry, you learned something called the hinge theorem. And the hinge theorem says if two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of another, two sides of another triangle. Okay, you got to have this first. This is your hypothesis. Okay, and then here's your conclusion. Then the larger the angle or side, larger the angle or side, the larger the side. In this case, or if the side is larger, then the larger the angle. Okay, there it is. It's an if, then. Well, look here. These two sides are congruent to those two sides. This side right here, I have to give you a number. Let's make that 7. Okay, so now that that's 7, let's take a look here. 10 is smaller, so 2x is smaller than the 7, which is the 4x minus 5. 7's bigger, so this angle is bigger than that angle. Draw your line, subtract 2x from both sides. When you do, you get 0, and you can write 0. Now what you want to do is add 5 to both sides, so you're going to get 5 is less than 2x, and then divide by 2, and you got your answer. X has to be bigger than 2.5, which is what 5 over 2 is. Okay, there it is. Let's keep moving. All right, we did that. Let's talk about the practice test. Those of you who are at home, here is your practice test. You can pause it, and I'm going to upload it to Canvas. And you have to take the test over the weekend. Okay? Now, some people might be busy over the weekend, so I'm going to go ahead and extend it through Monday. So you'll have through Monday on this. Now I need to change that on the computer. So it's going to open up tomorrow, and it's going to be due Monday. So let me write that down. Due Monday. Now I wouldn't wait till Monday. All right, I mean, I guess it's your business. I would wake up tomorrow, take the first one, study a little more if I have to. Let's take a look here. This is an angle bisector. Therefore, this distance is equal to that distance. So number 1, you're going to say n plus 8 is equal to 3n minus 4, and then you got to work it out. Subtract n, because n is smaller. So you get 8 is equal to 2n minus 4. Now you're going to add 4, and you're going to get 12 is equal to 2n, and then you're going to divide by 2 and get n is equal to 6. But they don't want to know 6. See, it says find FG. So always go back and read the question. FG is this one. So you're going to put a 6 right here. So 3 times 6, scratch that out, is 18 minus 4, which gives you 14, and that's the answer. Okay? Rework it as you need to, but again, if you put 6, you're going to miss it. Number 1, they don't give you the choice. Now, if they want it to be tricky, they would give you 6, but they didn't. All right, let's keep moving. Number 2, let's take a look here. Two paths are given, two paths in the garden are shown. So you have DE and you have DG. A tree is planted at the location shown at point F. So here's your tree. Okay. Now let's answer the questions. Notice that it's an angle bisector. So these distances are equal. All right. So the tree is nearer DE. No, the tree is not near this one. It's equal. So scratch that one up. The tree is nearer. No, it's not. The tree is equidistant from the two paths. That's your answer. But you should always read the other one too. Equidistance from location shown at point D and E. No, the distance from D is too far and the distance from E. So these distances are equal, and that's number 2. Now, where is the circumcenter on any triangle? When you get to this point, you have to know all 4 of those. So let's do it right now as a review. So put peanut, butter, cookies are best in milk chocolate or Ovaltine. That's what you need to know right there. So let's go through all 4 of these. So perpendicular bisector and circumcenter. So let's draw the first one, number 1. We'll call this number 1. So I'm going to use just a regular triangle. Now sometimes you might have to use all 3 triangles. So the perpendicular bisector would be in the middle and then 90 degrees. The perpendicular bisector would be in the middle and then 90 degrees. So if this was a right triangle, it would be on it. So this one is the first one. The second one, number 2 is angle bisector incenter. So draw a triangle, put perpendicular bisector, okay, and then put angle bisector, incenter. So draw an angle, split it, draw an angle, split it, draw an angle, split it, and then connect it. This is your incenter. This one is your circumcenter. Remember, the property of the circumcenter is the distance to the vertices is your radius, and they're all the same. So the distance to the vertices is the same. This one, the distance to the sides is the same. These are all properties you need to know. So this is the sides, and this one is the vertices. Okay, the distances. Okay, the incenter. That's what you need to know. Number 3 is the median, and it's a centroid. So number 3, put median, and then centroid. You need to know this just like this. So draw a triangle. A median is a midpoint, and then go to the vertices. A midpoint, and then go to the vertices. This is your centroid here, a median, and then go to your vertices. Now that wasn't too straight. Anyway, the relationship is 1/3, 2/3. So the small piece is 1/3 of the whole thing, and the big piece is 2/3. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, okay, of the whole thing. So if they give you the whole thing is 21, so the whole thing is 21, then you would take 1/3 of that. And that 3 goes into 21 7 times. So the small one would be 7, and the bigger one would be twice as big, which is 14. Make sure you know that. That's your centroid, and those are the properties. And also the centroid is the balancing point. I'm giving you everything you need to know here. Number 4, make sure you know it. Number 4, and I'm going back to my slogan up here, orthocenter, let's see, or Ovaltine. This one should be the altitude. Maybe they spelled R this way. Okay, so anyway, it should be your altitude. So what you're going to do is turn it 3 times. So turn 3 times. and that's going to give you your orthocenter. Anyway, straight down is here. That is your altitude. Turn it to where your triangle is like this. That's the ground, and then come on straight down. So that point is called your orthocenter. All right, I think we have everything, or most everything that we need. These are the notes, okay? So let's keep moving. Now you have to be able to write all of this from your head. If not, then you're really not ready. Let's take a look here. The circumcenter on any given point, it's the point of concurrency of the perpendicular bisector. Look here, circumcenter, perpendicular bisector, that's your answer, okay? So if you got your notes, that one is pretty easy. Now let's go on. Where can the perpendicular bisectors of a right triangle be? We'll draw a right triangle, and then go in the middle, come across. Go in the middle, come across. This one is on, okay? Number 2, let's see what it says. Number 2 is on the triangle, and that's where it's at. It can only be on the triangle. Number 5, which diagram shows point P equidistant from point A, B, and C? A, B, and C are your vertices, okay? So this point, equidistant to the vertices, is right here. Equidistance to the vertices should be your circumcenter. All right, so let's see. Your circumcenter is the perpendicular bisector. It's this one. It's got to be that one. It's not the angle bisector, it's not the altitude, and it's not the median. Okay, make sure you know those 4 pictures. This one is the perpendicular bisector. This one is the angle bisector. This one is the altitude, and this one is the median. Make sure you know those 4 diagrams. Number 6, the circumcenter. All right, well, we've got to graph this thing here. Let's take a look at it. So number 6, you're going to have to graph. So over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, put a point E. Over 4, up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2, this is point F. And then finally, over 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 2 is here. Okay, and that's point G. So that's basically a right triangle. So you want to find the circumcenter. So you do the perpendicular bisector. Well, here is in the middle, so you go 90 degrees. And then this one is 1 space, 2, 3, 4, so the middle is here, so you go up. Should be right there, so it should be over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 1, 2, 3. So it should be 6, 3, and that is the answer. Make sure you understood that. You have to graph it and then do the perpendicular bisector. Number 7, where can the bisector of an angle of an obtuse triangle intersect? So draw an obtuse triangle, which looks something like that, bigger than 90. And you want the angle bisectors. So split this in the middle, split this in the middle, split this one in the middle, and then connect them all. And where must it be? It looks like in the inside. So it's got to be inside the triangle only. It's not out. That wasn't too hard. What is the name of the segment? All right, so this segment coming straight down, that's your altitude. Remember? Okay. All right, let's keep going. For a triangle, list the respective names of the points of concurrency. Well, use your notes. Look here. Perpendicular bisector is the circumcenter. So for the perpendicular bisector right here, you're going to go ahead and name it. That one is the circumcenter, check. The bisectors of an angle bisectors, that would be the incenter, okay? The next one is the medians. The medians is the centroid. It's got to be this one right here, okay? All right, let's keep going. Number 10. Where can the medians of a triangle intersect? Let's take a look at it. You've got 3 possibilities. The median is the middle. So you're going to do a right triangle, and then you're going to do an obtuse triangle, all three of them. All right, the median's the middle, so middle, 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 connect it, connect it, connect it. That one's in, middle, median goes to the vertices, middle goes to the vertices, middle goes to the vertices. That one's in, and then this one, the angle bisector, oh, sorry, the median is the midpoint, 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 inside. They're all in. So inside the triangle should be your answer. Inside only. Okay? The only ones that go out, I think, are the perpendicular ones, like the orthocenter and the perpendicular bisectors. Okay? All right, number 11. In this triangle, BE, it's a centroid. Okay, so the whole thing from B to E is 18. So they want you to find BG, this one, the little one, and the big one, GE. So remember, it's 1/3. So 1/3 times 18 over 1. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into that 6. So this one is 6, this one is twice as big. So it should be 6 and 12, and that was a very easy problem. Let's keep moving. This one up here, number 12, the centroid. Okay, we might have to draw this diagram, so I'm going to come back to this one. So what I would do, let's just try to just get a little heads on it. A, B, C, okay? The centroid, remember the centroid is found by, and you can use your notes, by the median. So you want to go to your median, your midpoint, your midpoint. All right, so here's your centroid here. Now it's saying in triangle ABC, centroid D, so you're going to say D is on median AM. Okay, so that's your centroid, which is D. And it says AD is x plus 4. I guess we might as well do this one. And DM, this one, DM is 2x minus 4. Find AM. They want the whole thing. Okay, so first of all, what we got to do is realize that it takes 2 of these to equal 1 of these. So you're going to say 2 times 2x minus 4 is equal to x plus 4. Remember, if this one's 5, that one's 10. So in order for them to be equal, you got to double this one. So that's going to be 4x minus 8 is equal to x plus 4. You're going to subtract x from both sides and get 3x minus 8 is equal to 4. You're going to add 8 to both sides and get 3x is equal to 12, and then divide by 3, and you get x equals 4. So, but they want to know the whole thing. So if x is 4, then 4 plus 4 is 8. So this piece is 8, and this piece is half of that. So it looks like 8 plus 4 gives you 12. And that's how you work that one. So put a star by that one. It's really not too bad. Number 13, where can the lines containing an altitude be on an obtuse triangle? So draw an obtuse triangle, number 13. Obtuse. And then the altitude here is going straight down. Okay, and then turn it to where this is the ground, and it's going straight down to the ground. Okay, so this one is outside only. So number 3 is outside the triangle. And that's the only place that's going to be on that one. Let's keep moving. In this triangle, you have these vertices. Find the orthocenter. The orthocenter is your altitude. So let's take a look at this thing. All right, so let's graph it. So number 14. Over 0, up 10. We'll say it's there. Over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 10 is here. Okay. And then negative 2, and then down 4, 1, 2, 3. 4 is here. Okay, so let's take a look at this thing. Here's your triangle, something like that. So what you want to do is your altitude. So the orthocenter, remember, you're going to draw it to where this is the ground, and then you're going to come straight down. So it's going to hit somewhere right here. On this one, you're going to draw it where this is the ground. So it looks like it's going to be somewhere over here. Let me take a look at that, see if I can figure that point out. All right, so that point, they have as negative 2 up 12, and I guess this is the x. and this is the y, and negative 2 is here, and up 12. That looks very plausible. Okay, so be careful when you turn your triangle around, you don't get confused. All right, let's keep moving. What is the orthocenter of the triangle of these two lines? Well, you just have to pick where it is. So it's negative 1 and then up 0. They already drew the lines for you. So it's negative 1 but up 0. All right, so that one they pretty much gave it to you. You just have to figure out where they hit. Let's keep moving. Number 16, name the smallest angle. To be the smallest angle, you have to go across from the smallest side. So put your pencil on the 5 and go across. Angle C is the smallest. Number 7, which labeled angle has the greatest measure? All right, well, these are the three choices. Remember, this is an exterior angle which equals these two. So angle 3 has to be the biggest because angle 3 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. It's an exterior angle theorem. All right, let's keep going. This one right here, J, K, Ray found themselves. I'm going to hold off on this one because I really don't want to do a lot of reading quite yet. And, you know, you might have some that you want to put off till the end. So let's go to 19. How is it related? All right, so which angle measure appears to be the smallest in this triangle? Well, the smallest side is 2, so across from that is angle A. And how is it related to the lengths? Well, let's see. So we know it's angle A. And angle A, that's the only choice they give you, so really you don't need to do any more thinking than that. Let's go to number 20. Which 3 lengths could be the lengths of a triangle? Now this one, remember, you got to add them up. So we're just going to go right to the answer on this. So you have 10, 15, and 24. Now you got to do each one. This plus this is 25, and it's bigger than that. This plus this is going to be 39, and that's bigger than that. And then this plus this is 34, and it's bigger than that. So that is your choice. But again, on the test, you have to work all 3 of those. All right? Number 21. 2 sides of a triangle have length and 7. What's the next one? So 6 and 17 rather, and you want to find the next one. Remember, you add and subtract. Real simple. So when you add that up, you get 23 is your upper limit, and your bottom limit is when you subtract and get 11. So it should be 11 to 23, but it doesn't include 11, doesn't include 23. This is easy, easy, easy. 2 sides of a triangle have those lengths. Same thing, add it up, you get 17. There it is. Got your answer. Subtract, and you get your other one. Not too bad. The inequalities are easy. Which 3 lengths cannot be a triangle? Let's take a look at the answer here. So 21, 6, and 10. Let's add it up. If you add up these two, you get 16. And 16 is not greater than 21. That's false. So that one fails. Which of the following must be true? Let's take a look here. Well, this angle, we have 2 sides equal to 2 sides, so we can do the hinge theorem. This angle is bigger, so that would be FH has to be bigger. So FH has to be greater than AC. And here it is right here. FH is greater than AC. Let's keep moving. What happens as the triangle goes from obtuse to acute? If the triangle goes from obtuse to acute, the side gets smaller. Okay, so the length of angle B decreases. All right, as it comes down, it starts to get smaller. Okay, let's keep moving. We're almost done. 26. Let's see what's going on here. This is reflexive property. So we have 2 sides equal to 2 sides. This side is 30, which is bigger than 22. So 54 has to be bigger than 2x. You're going to divide by 2 and get x is less than whatever that is. 50 is 25. I think it's 27. So 27 is what we're looking at. So it's between 0 and 27. You can't have a negative number there. All right, let's keep going. We're almost done. I think this is the last one. All right, same thing here. You have 2 sides equal to 2 sides. You're going to do the hinge theorem. 18 is bigger. So you're going to say 10x is bigger than 6x plus 20, and we're almost done. So you're going to subtract 20. Now take that back. You're going to subtract 6x from both sides. So you're going to get 20 is less than 4x. You're going to divide by 4 and get x is greater than 5. So you're looking for x is greater than 5, and this is what you have right here. So it's greater than 5, but it can't be bigger than the 18. Okay? That's your restriction, and that's your test. The answers are here. You're going to get 2 shots at it. Like I said, it's going to be open from Saturday to Monday. Okay, but don't put it off. Okay, no excuses. If you wait till the end and you have a problem with your computer, oh well, you're going to have to wait till week 9. So wake up Saturday morning and get it done. Have a good day.